In today's fast-paced world, the pursuit of happiness often leads us to form deep attachments to people, relationships, and possessions. While these connections can bring joy, they can also create dependency, leading us to believe that our happiness depends on others. The process of letting go of unhealthy relationships, past hurts, and unrealistic expectations can be difficult. However, it is essential for personal growth and self-discovery. Learning to be happy alone is not simply about loneliness, it is about recognizing our intrinsic worth, accepting our individuality, and finding joy within ourselves. This journey ultimately empowers us to live a fulfilling life, where happiness is self-generated rather than dependent on external factors. To explore this topic further, we will look at the importance of letting go, focusing on yourself, practicing self-compassion, accepting loneliness, and creating your own life. Let's find out. The importance of letting go. Have you ever felt like your happiness hinges on someone else? Like your joy rises and falls with their moods, their presence, or their approval? If so, you're not alone. In today's hyper-connected world, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation and happiness from external sources. But what if I told you that true happiness lies within you, waiting to be unlocked? Imagine the freedom of a bird taking flight, unburdened by the weight of expectations or the need for constant reassurance. That's the power of letting go. It's about releasing the need to control others, to seek their approval, or to rely on them for your emotional well-being. It's about embracing the Stoic philosophy of focusing on what you can control: your own thoughts, actions, and reactions, and accepting what you cannot. Remember the story of the prodigal son in the Bible? He finally found true happiness and acceptance not in his father's wealth, but in the realization of his own self-worth and his father's unconditional love. This reminds us that lasting joy comes from within and from a higher power, not from external sources. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Matthew 6:33. This teaching encourages us to look inward, finding strength and joy from within and from faith, rather than relying on others. When you rely on others for happiness, what happens when they're not there? How does it feel to have your emotional well-being tied to someone else's actions? Can you recall a time when letting go of a person or situation, though painful, ultimately led to greater peace and happiness? The Bible also encourages us to release toxic relationships. Anyone who loves their father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Matthew 10:37. While this teaching may seem harsh, it emphasizes the importance of prioritizing our spiritual well-being and personal growth, even if it means letting go of relationships that cause us pain. Letting go is not about giving up, it's about taking back control. It's about reclaiming your power and discovering the boundless joy that resides within you. It's about recognizing that while relationships can enrich our lives, they should not define our happiness. The Stoics teach us to appreciate the good in our lives while also accepting that everything is transient. This acceptance allows us to let go of attachments that cause suffering and find contentment in the present moment. Embrace this journey of letting go and watch as you step into a life of true freedom and fulfillment. Start small. Take 15 minutes today to disconnect from the digital world and connect with yourself. Meditate, journal, or simply sit in silence and listen to your inner voice. Identify one area where you feel overly reliant on someone else for happiness, and take a step, however small, towards cultivating that joy within yourself. Share your experiences with letting go in the comments below. What is one thing you're committing to let go of today to reclaim your happiness? Let's inspire each other on this journey towards self-empowerment. 1. Focusing on yourself. The world can feel like a whirlwind of demands, pulling you in 1,000 different directions. It whispers expectations in your ear, urging you to conform, to fit in, to meet the needs of everyone but yourself. But deep down, beneath the surface of obligations and external pressures, there's a voice yearning to be heard, the voice of your true self. Have you ever felt lost in this sea of other people's expectations, yearning for a deeper connection with your authentic being. Like a ship adrift on the vast ocean, you seek a lighthouse to guide you towards who you truly are. In today's fast-paced world, with the pressures of work, family, and social life, it's easy to get swept away in the chaos and lose sight of your own path. We scroll through social media, comparing ourselves to others, craving validation, and inadvertently silencing that inner voice that holds the key to our true potential. But remember this, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future, Jeremiah 29:11. Each of us is created with a unique purpose, a distinct identity. Like a masterpiece painted with diverse colors, it's our differences that make us beautiful. It's time to shed those expectations, those judgments, that outside noise, and embark on a journey of self-discovery, where you'll unearth hidden passions and talents, igniting the flame of purpose and fulfillment within. Imagine the joy of immersing yourself in a hobby you love, the satisfaction of freely expressing your creativity, and the confidence that radiates from living authentically. By dedicating time to activities that bring you joy and allow you to explore new horizons, you'll gain a deeper understanding of your strengths, values, and passions. Like a fearless explorer venturing into uncharted territories, you'll conquer the mountains within, uncovering the hidden treasures of your soul. And to begin this exciting adventure, remember the wise words, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Proverbs 13:20. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who inspire and uplift you on your journey of self-growth. Don't wait another moment. Set aside 30 minutes each day to pursue a hobby, explore a new field, or simply listen to the whispers of your heart. Jot down your thoughts and feelings in a journal, and make self-discovery a regular practice. Dare to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the freedom that comes from being true to yourself. By prioritizing self-discovery, you'll unlock the door to a life filled with meaning, joy, and inner peace. You'll gain the confidence to release unhealthy relationships, break free from limitations, and create a life that truly reflects who you are. 2. Self-compassion. Letting go of a relationship can be incredibly tough. It often leaves us grappling with feelings of loneliness, self-doubt, and a nagging sense that we're somehow to blame. But what if this period of solitude could become an opportunity for profound growth and self-discovery? It can, and self-compassion is the key. In a world that thrives on comparison and often celebrates an unrealistic ideal of perfection, it's easy to get caught in the trap of self-criticism. We scroll through social media, bombarded with images of seemingly flawless lives, and it's hard not to feel inadequate. But there's a powerful antidote to this negativity: embracing self-compassion. It's about recognizing that you, with all your imperfections and vulnerabilities, are worthy of kindness and understanding. Imagine offering a comforting hand to a friend in need. You'd listen without judgment, offer words of support, and remind them of their strengths. Now picture extending that same empathy to yourself. Acknowledge your pain, your struggles, and the fact that it's perfectly okay to not have all the answers. Remember the story of the prodigal son, who, despite his mistakes, was welcomed back with unconditional love. This resonates with the message of 1 John 1:9. If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins, just as we are offered forgiveness. We must learn to forgive ourselves. Self-compassion isn't about making excuses or wallowing in self-pity. It's about recognizing that you are human, capable of both triumphs and setbacks. It's about silencing that inner critic that constantly whispers doubts and amplifies your insecurities. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to quiet that critical voice and replace it with one of kindness and encouragement? How would your life change if you treated yourself with the same compassion you so readily offer to others? Can you recall a time when forgiving yourself paved the way for greater peace and happiness? Start today. The next time you stumble or face a challenge, take a moment to breathe and acknowledge your emotions without judgment. Talk to yourself with the same gentleness and understanding you'd offer a friend. Celebrate your strengths and acknowledge your accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Remember the words of Mark 12:31, love your neighbor as yourself. This implies an inherent love for oneself, a love that serves as the foundation for loving others. Self-compassion is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the foundation upon which we build resilience, self-acceptance, and ultimately, true happiness. By choosing kindness, you free yourself from the shackles of self-criticism and embrace a life of authenticity and joy, even when navigating the path alone. So I invite you to reflect, what is one act of self-compassion you can commit to today? Share it below and let's inspire one another on this journey of self-love and acceptance. 3. Embracing solitude. The world around us is a whirlwind of activity and noise. It can be so easy to get swept up in the chaos and lose sight of what truly matters. But what if I told you that there's a hidden treasure to be found in the quiet moments when you're completely alone? Have you ever felt most connected to yourself, to your faith, when you were by yourself? In those instances of solitude, when the world fades away and it's just you and your thoughts, a profound connection awaits. Embracing solitude isn't about loneliness, it's about discovering the sacred space within, where you can truly connect with God and cultivate a love for yourself that radiates outwards. We live in a society that values constant connection and productivity. In today's hyper-connected world, we're constantly bombarded with noise and distractions. Social media, overflowing inboxes, and the pressure to constantly be on can leave us feeling depleted and disconnected from what truly matters. It's in the stillness of solitude that we can find refuge and reconnect with our faith and ourselves. Life can throw us curveballs, leaving us feeling lost and overwhelmed. Think about a time when you felt this way. Did you find solace in prayer, in a quiet walk in nature, or simply in sitting with your thoughts and emotions? Jesus himself, as the Bible tells us, often withdrew to lonely places and prayed, Luke 5:16. He understood the power of solitude to deepen his connection with God and to renew his spirit. Just as Jesus sought solitude to connect with his Father, we too can find strength and guidance in these quiet moments. Relationships can be a source of great joy, but they can also be challenging. Imagine a relationship where you constantly seek validation from the other person, where your happiness depends on their approval. Now imagine a relationship where you are already whole and complete within yourself, where you bring your own joy and self-love to the table. Which relationship feels healthier and more sustainable? Taking time for introspection is crucial for personal growth. When was the last time you truly spent time alone with God? What did that experience feel like? How do you think prioritizing time for yourself and your relationship with God could impact your other relationships? In what ways can you cultivate more self-love in your daily life? Creating space for solitude doesn't require a grand gesture. Start small, schedule 15 minutes each day to be alone with your thoughts and with God. Find a quiet space where you can pray, meditate, or simply be still. Disconnect to connect, put away your phone, turn off the TV, and create a space free from distractions. Practice self-care, engage in activities that nourish your soul and bring you joy. This could be reading, spending time in nature, listening to music, or pursuing a hobby. Ultimately, embracing solitude is a gift you give yourself. It's an opportunity to deepen your faith, cultivate self-love, and find true joy and freedom within. When you learn to be happy alone, you bring a stronger, more authentic self to all your relationships. Let's build a community of support and growth. Share your experience with solitude in the comments below. What brings you joy when you're alone? Commit to spending at least 15 minutes alone each day this week and share how it makes you feel. Let's support each other on this journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. 4. Creating a life of your own. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads, one path leading to the familiar comfort of the life you know, the other winding towards an unknown horizon brimming with possibility. Which path will you choose? Embracing change, particularly when it involves releasing what no longer serves you, is an act of courage, a bold declaration of self-determination. Have you ever felt like a bird with clipped wings, yearning to soar through the open sky? This is your chance to break free. It's about stepping off the well-trodden path and venturing into the wilderness of your own authentic life, guided by the wisdom of the Stoics. In a world of predefined molds, forging your own path takes courage. Social media, advertising, even loved ones can subtly steer us off course. But the Stoics teach true freedom lies in aligning with our inner nature, living a life reflecting our values. Jeremiah 29:11 echoes this, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." It takes courage to trust this divine plan, to embrace the unknown. Epictetus found freedom in slavery, Marcus Aurelius in ruling an empire. Their examples show true freedom lies within. What limiting beliefs hold you back? What fears prevent you from pursuing your dreams? The Stoics believed we choose our response to any situation. We can be victims or masters of our fate. Identify one area to change. A draining job? A limiting belief? Take one step today. Set a boundary, have an honest conversation, explore a new passion. Each act of courage builds momentum. Creating your own life isn't selfish, it's self-love. Embrace Stoic principles and unlock a life of purpose. What brave step will you take today? Close your eyes and recall pure joy. What were you doing? In our pursuit of achievement, we forget to simply enjoy life. The Stoics knew true happiness lies in cultivating inner joy. Serve the Lord with gladness, says Psalm 102. This means approaching life with a joyful heart. Life moves fast. We strive for more, always looking ahead. But fulfillment comes from savoring the present. What makes you feel alive? Nature, art, music, these nourish your soul. Schedule time for joy. Make a list of happy activities and do one daily. By prioritizing joy, you enrich your life and inspire others. True happiness is an inside job. Picture a seed planted in fertile ground. It doesn't become a tree overnight. It takes time and resilience. Have you given up on a dream due to impatience? In our instant gratification culture, it's easy to get discouraged. But the Stoics understood transformation takes time. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, says 2 Peter 3:9. Patience and perseverance are essential. Learning a new skill takes practice and dedication. So does creating your own life. There will be setbacks, but perseverance leads to achievement. What dreams have you put on hold? Cultivate patience. Break down goals into smaller steps, celebrate progress, and be kind to yourself. Perseverance unlocks your potential. Embrace the journey. What small step will you take today? 5. Building self-reliance. Have you ever felt like your happiness is a fragile thing dependent on the whims of others? Like you're constantly seeking validation outside yourself, chasing approval and affection to fill an emptiness within? Imagine instead a life where your happiness radiates from within, a wellspring of joy that doesn't depend on external factors. This is the power of self-reliance, a journey of discovering inner strength and cultivating authentic relationships. In today's hyper-connected world, with social media constantly vying for our attention and the pressure to project a perfect image, it's easy to lose sight of our own inner compass. We become entangled in a web of expectations, seeking validation from likes, comments, and fleeting connections. Building self-reliance is more crucial than ever to navigate the complexities of modern life and find genuine, lasting happiness. It's about cultivating the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, finding strength and resilience within, independent of external circumstances. Think about a time when you felt truly confident and resilient, facing a challenge head-on with unwavering determination. Perhaps you drew strength from your faith, finding solace in prayer or mindful contemplation. Just like the quote from Philippians 4:13 reminds us, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." Or maybe you tapped into an inner reservoir of courage, fueled by the conviction that you were capable of overcoming any obstacle. This inner strength, this unwavering belief in yourself, is the bedrock of self-reliance, enabling us to weather life's storms with grace and fortitude. But self-reliance is not just about inner strength, it's also about cultivating authentic relationships. When you find happiness within, you no longer seek it in others. You become a beacon of light, attracting people who resonate with your authentic self. These are relationships built on mutual respect, shared values, and a genuine desire for growth. As John 15:12 reminds us, "My command is this: love each other as I have loved you." Love that flows from a place of self-love, acceptance, and inner peace is the foundation of truly fulfilling connections. So how can you cultivate this self-reliance, this inner strength that leads to authentic happiness and relationships? Start by nurturing your inner world. Spend time in prayer, meditation, or quiet reflection to connect with your inner source of power. Set healthy boundaries, learning to say no to things that don't align with your values and prioritizing your own well-being. Seek out authentic connections with people who support your growth and inspire you to be your best self. Embrace self-reliance and unlock a life of true freedom and fulfillment. When you find happiness within, you no longer chase after it in the fleeting approval of others. You become the master of your own destiny, navigating life's challenges with courage and grace. You attract relationships that nourish your soul and inspire you to reach your full potential. This is the essence of a life well lived, a life rooted in self-love, inner strength, and authentic connection. Share your own experiences with building self-reliance. What practices have helped you cultivate inner strength and authentic relationships? Commit to one small action today to strengthen your self-reliance and share it in the comments below. Let's inspire each other on this journey of personal growth. 6. Overcoming challenges. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that our happiness hinges on others. We see those picture-perfect couples and close-knit groups on social media and think, if only I had that, then I'd be truly happy, but that's a dangerous misconception. Have you ever stopped to consider that genuine happiness might be an inside job? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes self-control and reason, suggests just that. It encourages us to cultivate a deep well of contentment within ourselves, independent of external factors like relationships or possessions. This philosophy, with its roots in ancient Greece, offers a refreshing perspective in our modern world. In a society that often equates happiness with external validation, Stoicism reminds us that true joy comes from within. It's about mastering our emotions, finding contentment in the present moment, and recognizing that we have the power to choose our response to any situation. This doesn't mean we become emotionless robots or isolate ourselves from others. Rather, it's about cultivating a strong sense of self and an unwavering inner peace that can weather any storm. Think back to a moment when you experienced pure joy. Was it solely because of someone else, or was it a moment of quiet reflection, a personal victory, or a deep connection with nature or a higher power? Stoicism encourages us to seek out and savor these moments, to find joy in the simple things, and to appreciate the beauty of the present. It's about recognizing that true happiness isn't fleeting or dependent on others. It's a state of mind we can cultivate through self-awareness and inner peace. At its core, Stoicism is about taking responsibility for our own well-being. It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose our response to any situation, no matter how challenging. This doesn't mean denying our emotions, but rather acknowledging them without letting them control us. When faced with adversity, we can choose to focus on what we can control, our thoughts and actions, and find strength in our inner resilience. This journey of self-discovery requires a deep and unwavering trust in yourself. Believe in your ability to navigate life's ups and downs and find happiness on your own terms. This doesn't mean you'll never experience sadness or hardship, but it means you have the tools to weather those storms and emerge stronger. Remember, you are not alone. Seek guidance from your faith, from nature, or from the wisdom of philosophers. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. Stoicism also invites us to redefine our understanding of happiness. True and lasting happiness isn't found in fleeting external pleasures or the approval of others. It's cultivated through a deep connection with your inner self and a sense of peace that transcends external circumstances. Embrace the beauty of a sunrise, the warmth of a cup of tea, the laughter of a child. Finding joy in the simple things cultivates gratitude and contentment, fostering a sense of happiness that is independent of external factors. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Matthew 5:8. Now, take a moment for introspection. When do you feel most at peace? What brings you joy that doesn't depend on anyone else? How can you strengthen your connection with your inner self? What small moments of happiness can you appreciate today? Here's how you can start your journey towards Stoic happiness. Spend time in solitude each day. Even 15 minutes of quiet reflection can make a difference. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Read, write, paint, hike, do something that nourishes your soul. Practice gratitude. Take time each day to appreciate the good things in your life. Connect with your faith or a higher power. Pray, meditate, or spend time in nature. Ultimately, letting go of the need for others to complete you is incredibly liberating. Embrace the freedom that comes with finding happiness within yourself. You'll discover a newfound strength, resilience, and a deeper connection with your inner self. This is the path to true and lasting joy. Share in the comments one thing you will do today to cultivate happiness within yourself. Let's inspire each other on this journey of self-discovery and inner peace. 7. Community and support. Letting go of a relationship can feel like being shipwrecked. You're tossed about in a sea of emotions, clinging to the wreckage of what once was, while everyone else seems to be sailing smoothly on the calm waters of contentment. It's easy to feel utterly alone, stranded on an island of heartbreak. But what if I told you that you don't have to navigate these turbulent waters alone? What if, instead of a desolate island, you could envision yourself surrounded by a supportive flotilla, a beacon of hope guiding you towards calmer seas and a brighter horizon? That, my friend, is the incredible power of community. Now, more than ever, with our society's emphasis on independence and self-reliance, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we have to do everything ourselves. We scroll through social media, bombarded with images of perfect couples and seemingly effortless joy, and we start to question our own journey. We internalize this idea that needing help is a sign of weakness, that we should be able to handle everything life throws at us with stoic resilience. But the truth is, we are all vulnerable, we all stumble, and we all need support, especially when navigating the choppy waters of heartbreak and loss. Seeking connection isn't a weakness, it's an act of courage, a testament to our humanity. Consider this: when you faced a particularly difficult challenge in the past, did you bottle up your emotions and try to soldier on alone? Or did you confide in a trusted friend, family member, or mentor? How did sharing your burden make you feel? Perhaps their words offered solace, a warm blanket on a cold night. Maybe their own experiences provided a roadmap, helping you navigate a path you'd never traveled before. Or perhaps, simply knowing you weren't alone in your struggle brought a wave of relief, washing away some of the fear and isolation. That, my friend, is the magic of human connection, the power of shared experience. The ancient Stoics, masters of resilience and inner peace, understood this profoundly. They didn't advocate for isolation, but for recognizing our interconnectedness. They believed that we are all threads in the grand tapestry of existence, leaves on the same tree of life. True strength, they argued, lies not in isolating ourselves, but in recognizing our shared humanity and offering support to one another through life's inevitable storms. As Seneca wisely observed, we are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, flowers of the same tree, flowers of the same garden. We are all in this together. To illustrate this point, Think of a lone sailor drawing inspiration from the stories of those who have braved storms before. We too can find strength and courage in the experiences of others. Their stories of resilience, of overcoming adversity and finding happiness again, can serve as a powerful reminder that we are not alone, that this too shall pass. As the Bible encourages, therefore encourage one another and build each other up, 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Surround yourself with people who radiate positivity, who lift you up and inspire you to be your best self. Build a community that feels like a safe harbor, a place where you can be vulnerable, share your struggles, and celebrate your triumphs. Remember, for where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them, Matthew 18:20. With that in mind, who are the people in your life who inspire you with their strength and resilience? Whose stories resonate with your soul and give you hope? What lessons can you learn from their journeys? How can their experiences guide you on your own path toward healing and happiness? Take action today. Reach out to someone you trust. Share your feelings, your fears, your hopes, and your dreams. Join a support group or online community where you can connect with others who understand your struggles. Seek out stories of resilience and triumph through books, podcasts, or conversations with those who have weathered their own storms. Ultimately, by embracing the power of community and support, you'll discover that you are not alone on this journey. Sharing your burdens with others can lighten your load, provide invaluable insights, and accelerate your growth. Embrace the strength that comes from connection, and step confidently towards a future filled with joy, fulfillment, and the deep satisfaction of knowing you are part of something larger than yourself. Share your own story of resilience in the comments below. Who has inspired you on your journey? Commit to reaching out to someone today and offering them your support. Let's build a community of strength and encouragement together, a beacon of hope for all those navigating the challenging but ultimately rewarding journey of letting go and learning to be happy alone. Navigating the complexities of relationships reveals that letting go is not defeat but a powerful step toward self-discovery and true happiness. By finding joy in solitude, we build resilience and cultivate meaningful connections, ultimately creating a life that reflects our authentic selves. Trusting in God's plan reminds us that we are never alone. Embracing our individuality unlocks the freedom to love ourselves and others more deeply. Letting go becomes a new beginning, one that leads to a fulfilling life. If you enjoyed this video, please comment with the number 1, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more insights on Stoicism and personal growth.